Namaste, Sacred Masters, and welcome to this pick a card session for your shadow work. We have the deck shuffled and 3 random cards from the Dark Mirror Oracle deck placed before you. If you want to purchase this deck, look for the link in the description box below. You can pause the video and take your time to see if any of these cards resonate with you, and then use the time code in order to jump to the card you choose. This is card 1, 2, and 3. Don't forget there are many more pick a card videos to choose from. You can find them in my playlist, Shadow Work Pick a Shadow Card, on my channel's main page, so don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell for more pick a card sessions. After you pick your card, I will explain what each card means in the book. Now, the book's description is poetic and can be confusing sometimes, but for the sake of sharing, I will read it out, then give you my interpretation of it. You will hear my interpretation when I remove my mask and speak with my normal voice. I will also give you a shadow prompt in order to get started on some shadow work based on the card you pick, together with Grabovoi Codes to help with your shadow work sessions, or sometimes a link to another video relating to the matter. Alright, let's get started. Pick a card and jump to the timestamp. The card you pick is Hiding Your True Self, and is represented by the 3rd quarter moon. It is illustrated in a dazzling light where there is a hint of a door, like the door to a Hammam. Outside, draped in scarlet tunics, stand 2 women, one under the sign of the sun and the other beneath the sign of the moon. The sentence that resonates with this card is, you could be in front of a mirror, or you could hide behind the mirror, yet you chose to be the mirror. What this card means is we all hide. Hiding is a survival instinct. Do you want to be truly honest with yourself? Very few people will accept you then. You are too complicated to be comfortable, too plain to be considered, too contradictory to be easy, too exceptional to be believed, too plain to be considered. You can be the sun, you can be the moon, you can be the door, you can be the road, you can be the butterfly and the break. Maybe the question is not if, but when. Sometimes real solitude is when there is not a right moment to be yourself, and not the right person, and neither the right way. Being yourself like a moment in a spa. It is a massage for the soul, a purification process that brings in oxygen and turns away age and wear. It is bliss and pleasure. Oftentimes we hide behind a mask or a mirror so that we can blend in better with our surroundings, society, culture. We have a need to feel like we belong, and that's when we repress our true selves. Has there been something that you are embarrassed to do, like you are self-conscious about it, like singing or dancing? Ask yourself in a shadow prompt today, what is something I used to enjoy doing that I don't do anymore? This is not about doing something you don't like, it's about rekindling that spirit again. Even if you want to do it alone, like sing in the shower again, start to do it. You're also rejuvenating the shadow child in you. Use the Grabovoi Code 48189517499814 to encourage your self-esteem to grow while you're doing this shadow work. If you want to know how to use Grabovoi Codes in your sessions for meditating or journaling, check out the link above or in the description box below. I hope this session gives you something to work on. Pick up your shadow journals and let's start finding our inner and true authentic self. I'll try to post more pick a card every week depending on my schedule, so that gives you some time to sit with your shadow prompt and begin working on positive changes to a new life. If you found something new about yourself, don't forget to comment and share with others as well. This not only helps build courage and self-esteem, but it also encourages others that they are not alone. I'll see you in the next session. Namaste. The card you picked is called Fragmentation, and is represented by the waxing crescent moon. It is illustrated in what seems to be a cold iron coat rack, and is topped by a broken stone statue of a fairy visible only from the chest up. Stone roses are at her breast, a crack cuts her face and her body while a jewel is on her forehead and silvery insect wings stand at her back. A crescent golden slice of the moon is like a halo behind her head. It is possible to glimpse, suspended in the void, also the hands of the stone fairy. The sentence that resonates with this card is, losing a sense of self is a crescendo of noise, a decrescendo of pain, and a prelude to nothingness. This card asks, what if I were to cut off my legs? Would I still be me? If I were to carve out my heart, would I still be me? If my flesh would turn to stone, if my lungs were emptied of air, if my dreams to fly were to be forced in chains and hang out like an expired balloon, would I still be me? I fought and I lost, broken beyond recognition. Not by the shallow sight of bystanders who can pity but who can't understand. I cannot even recognize myself, through the sobs, through the tears, and when silence finally comes, through the empty motion and conventional spouts. Who did this to me? I did. Maybe, maybe not. What is broken can be mended, not so that it returns whole, but at least until it tells its name anew. My name. And who will do that for me? I will.
This card talks about lost hopes and dreams. Oftentimes we lose our sense of purpose as we try to navigate in the uncharted waters we call life. The more we modify our behavior, traits, hopes and dreams so that we can fit into society, the more we lose who we really are. We forget sometimes the hopes and dreams we had as a little child and probably still do today. How can we find this again? Use the shadow prompt. What gives my life meaning, purpose, and makes me feel valued? Importantly, is there anything on your list that you have not done or have procrastinated to do because life got in the way? Now is your sign that you should do it. What would you like to be recognized for? What do you want to be remembered for? Use the Grabovoi Code 918-794-8181 to self-heal yourself in this session. If you want to know how to use Grabovoi Codes in your sessions for meditating or journaling, check out the link above or in the description box below. I hope this session gives you something to work on. Pick up your shadow journals and let's start finding our inner and true authentic self. I'll try to post more pick a card every week depending on my schedule, so that gives you some time to sit with your shadow prompt and begin working on positive changes to a new life. If you found something new about yourself, don't forget to comment and share with others as well. This not only helps build courage and self-esteem, but it also encourages others that they are not alone. I'll see you in the next session. Namaste.
The card you pick is Addicted, represented by the waxing crescent moon face, and is illustrated by a white sparkly hair over a scarred, melted, downcast face. Is the hand melting or already long gone? A chain chokes his neck, and many spikes pierce the back. The sentence that resonates with the card is, freedom was the worst of lies. I could have been a slaver or a slave, but I choose the latter. This card represents addiction to something. To drugs, to love, to company, to evil, to pain, to safety, to making simple everything that can be deep. Or they have in common the feeling of being lost if we ever are without it. Freedom is not a friend, as it promises responsibility, failure, and challenges. Freedom can be taken, can be broken, can be stripped naked and whipped and abused. Slavery is much cleaner choice. If you give away at the beginning, how can they take it from you? So, how can it be that easy to believe that freedom is an illusion, and it's so hard to feel that slavery is an illusion as well? That the sky has a limit, but the chains have one as well. The irony of it all, when we lost the desire much before losing the will to fight, is that it's actually possible to reach for the sky even when bound by chains.
Oftentimes, we think of addiction, it has a bad connotation to it. Drugs, alcohol, cigarettes. But we often can take addiction and make it good as well. We have seen so many jokes that underlays a sense of pride to caffeine addiction, for example, or to be obsessed with fashion or video games. Just because it's socially acceptable does not mean the addiction is good. Addiction hides behind the veil of pride, and if we make it socially acceptable, we don't feel so bad about the addiction. If you were to forget about what makes you happy, satisfied, or feel socially accepted, ask yourself today in your shadow problem. Other than survival needs, what am I addicted to? As long as you have a compulsive, chronic, physiological, or psychological need for a habit-forming substance, behavior, or even an activity, what can you accept that you're addicted to, and how can you slowly break the chains of addiction? You may love your coffee, but are you a slave to it if you need it to function in a day? Do you feel like you cannot decompress unless you are binge-watching your favorite TV show? While you do not have to give it up completely, what other ways can you find to substitute your addiction so that rather than being a slave to it, you're merely enjoying it in a healthier way? Use the Grabovoi Code 533353 to help with addiction. If you want to know how to use Grabovoi Codes in your sessions for meditating or journaling, check out the link above or in the description box below. I hope this session gives you something to work on. Pick up your shadow journals and let's start finding our inner and true authentic self. I'll try to post more pick a card every week depending on my schedule, so that gives you some time to sit with your shadow problem and begin working on positive changes to a new life. If you found something new about yourself, don't forget to comment and share with others as well. This not only helps build courage and self-esteem, but it also encourages others that they are not alone. I'll see you in the next session. Namaste.